Hello everybody and welcome to another Community Fortress. This one was sent in by Gaxxian on the Discord and actually got completely lost in the shuffle to the point where I missed out on doing this fortress for like a month. I actually had it downloaded and set up and ready to go, and somehow it just got lost in the shuffle. So I feel kind of bad about this one, so I just kind of want to start it off with a little bit of an apology. Second, I just got to say, this is one of the most populated worlds I've ever seen. Like, I know that they've got the caves turned on and whatnot, but there is just stuff everywhere. It's just kind of a mess to look at visually, but it's pretty cool at the same time, to the point where, like, I wonder what the actual, population of this faction is. Anyway, if you would like to send in a fortress for me to have a look at on this YouTube channel, I've kind of taken a bit of a break as I just did a really big subathon on the Twitch channel, but I'm slowly getting back into the swing of things, and stuff is starting to ramp back up again. So if you'd like to get a fortress in for me to have a look at, feel free to add it onto the waiting list by jumping on to my Discord and going to the DF Save sharing room. In that Discord room, you can then upload your save as others have done in the past. Just make sure that you give me some permission to use it in a video. But as we start off, we can see that there are some lovely surface pyramids, a few of them in fact, and there's a couple over here as well. These are kind of a hole, and we will take a look at those later. And down here there's well, this lovely minotaur who lives here. So we are going to definitely have to take a look at those. Also over here you can see there's a lot of blood on the ground. I don't know who put that there. Wasn't me. I didn't do it. So don't get mad at me, YouTube. Don't you dare come out with demonetizing my videos over me saying blood and corpses in the first 15 seconds. Because it's been more than 15 seconds, and I know they've wound that back a little bit, but tisk. Anyway, I do love the inclusion of tombs in a lot of these. They don't actually appear to have bodies. It's hard to tell if they have bodies in them. Yeah, they don't have bodies in them. So I guess you're going to have to like physically reopen those little tombs in order to make them do anything, but kind of a neat idea all the same. But as for the entrance of the fort, we have this clear glass bridge and these lovely gold walls, and we can start following down through the entrance. Now, you'll notice that this over here is still just a big old hole, so we'll definitely have to go back and take a peek at that at the end. But as we go down, you can see some water flowing. We go through areas that have been mined out. We continue moving down. We continue moving down. We continue moving down past all of these little stoneware statues, which are not actually something you see all that often. These little stoneware statues, it's like actually using ceramics. What is this madness? But then we get down to here, and we see that there are 3 magma crabs here, and I actually wonder, do they actually fire at enemies when they go by? Because to my knowledge, magma crabs have limited amounts of ammunition. They only fire a handful of globs, and then they run out of lava, and then they stop firing. So I would give them a little lava puddle or something right there, something so they can refuel, because these poor guys are probably thirsty. But aside from that, I do wonder if that actually works. A neat little idea, though. I've definitely tried to do similar things and had middling results with them running out of ammunition. But as we move down, one complaint I do have here is, like, this top bit is rough. Like, come on, you've got statues on either side. Like, I don't know, go around the top and smooth it as you dig them out. But very, very, very long ramp going all the way down and into the fortress, and then we can actually enter the fortress. So if I hit Z here real quick, we can see that we have a dining hall right down here, and right above that we have a barracks as well as a second barracks right beneath it. A little setup of automated garbage dumps for this little lava puddle right here. Very safe, nice and high up. Something that I always have to point out to people is that if you're going to be dumping stuff directly into lava, you want it to be a little bit higher up so that it doesn't splash back and douse anybody in lava. And now this layer has quite a few different levels to it, so we're going to have to go up a little bit as well. This is something I'm a big fan of. If you've been watching any of my recent fortresses, you'll know that I'm a big fan of water features, and just having this little creek running through the middle is kind of awesome. I do wonder if they're using it at any point for like a water source, or if that's just sitting there, the water itself. We got bedrooms all scattered throughout all of these. Some of these incredibly nicely set up, like massive bedrooms. Like they each have a statue, 2 cabinets, 2 chests. Like everything is made out of fine pewter. And it all just looks very, very nice. Down here at the end, we have some temples, and then up above the temples, we have floor 2 of the temples, and then, of course, the same setup, but on the higher levels. So all of these have ramps in between that allow you to easily transport up to the higher level, and, of course, get to the other dining rooms, the additional libraries, the office district up here. You can see the multi-layer set up here for this kind of store and stockpile room also looks very, very nice. Apparently this fortress has run for 20 years total, which this is a lot of work to be done in 20 years. You settled on a lot of gold, that's for sure. Down here we have this dining hall here, and up above that we have the higher level of the dining hall. Around the edges we have a bunch of very, very, very nicely set up guild halls. This is a fortress where I would actually say would be benefited from turning economy onto hard, unless they already did that, which it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I would turn economy onto hard on this one because like it would force you to put more valuable items into like these guild halls and stuff and make them be even more lavish and nicer. Down here we have farming, and remember how there was that big old hole above it? Well, if we go all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, 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 all the way up to here. We have this green glass pyramid. So sun shines down through this green glass pyramid and all the way down so that they can grow surface crops all the way down here at the bottom. And also bees, because you may have seen those bees. So I'm not entirely sure where the bees are at, but there's definitely bees in here somewhere. Around the edge of this, we have coffins kind of everywhere. And I quite like this coffin setup. I've done similar things in my fortresses. And then, of course, you know, bedrooms and more bedrooms and more bedrooms. And then over here we have what I would always assume to be an artifact chamber for housing artifacts. It's got multiple levels. This fortress has been busy, hot damn. And then up here we have yet another dining hall. I've kind of lost the through point of the layout. Here we are. And then down over here we've got areas that go down into lower meeting halls for taverns. Definitely lacking in chairs in that particular tavern, but still a nice little tavern. And then over here, there's, I guess, extra bedrooms that are probably attached to something. Yeah, it looks like these are all connected up to the tavern on one of these layers. So places for guests to stay, essentially. And then from there, we can see where else the fortress goes. It appears to be going down. We've got some tracks going in either direction, I'm assuming for transporting materials up. Looks like right here we have pumps pumping stuff down out from the lava sea, as well as a selection of minecart dumps. So essentially the way this works is you pump the lava up into here, right? And then it's pumped from here over to here. I'm assuming these are manual pumps because they don't seem to be powered by anything. And then they come around the corner and then they are dumped into this. Into this area, right? And so when both of these are powered, it then fills up the minecarts, and then you can then go collect the minecarts afterwards and go place them wherever. It's a very slow setup of doing things, or do alternatively what I think they're doing here, which is then maybe potentially move them down to, maybe not. Okay, I was thinking maybe they'd use the tracks. But anyway, they can then manually haul them up to wherever they want. And as long as you get the numbers of the minecarts correct, then you can just place the lava wherever you need it. But it seems like down here, this stockpile here is for stone, other stone, gabbro from the looks of things. All right, so they're using this to transport gabbro up. Interesting. Over here, we do have some hidden fun stuff over here, which does probably have some things in it. So maybe, okay, no, not so bad spoilers-wise, just a lot of water. So it seems like they're kind of in the middle of hollowing that area down there out. But as we go back up and follow this little minecart route, I do have to say this is a beautiful layout. And I do feel really bad that I completely missed this fortress earlier. We do have a few more things I would like to show off here. Up here we have the king and queen's quarters and throne room. And if we move down one layer, we can see we have a rusted metal throne and a rose gold throne. We are just the capital, so they do still need the true throne, but they are getting there. They have a catapult, which is just decorative, I assume, made out of nether cap and goblin cap. And then over here on the other side, a secondary catapult, also I assume just for visual aesthetics. Now, looking at this, seeing that they're looking at all these catapult parts, if we actually look at the Monarch, it says export of battle axes is prohibited. I was over here assuming that they were demanding catapult parts, which would be very fitting, but there are two offices over here, both with altars in them to act, I guess, as private temples, if you will. If we move up a layer, we can see that there are more temples over here on the sides, and I guess important subjects get bedrooms around the king and queen's chambers. Absolutely gorgeous layout. Like, I really, really, really like this multi-layer stairway setup here. Very much feels like in my current fort, Waterlugs, it's like a big old scattered city and everything is just kind of everywhere and it's all kind of a mess, and that's kind of by design. I kind of like that chaotic scatter feel, right? This kind of feels like the exact opposite of that, but taking a similar design idea where you have like this water feature in the middle and everything is built around the water, except it's all very organized and very aesthetically pleasing in that kind of structured format instead of just, here's just abject chaos and I just throw stuff wherever and have fun. So thank you very much for sending in the Fortress, Gaxxian, and shoutouts to Deeplands. And once again, if you would like to send in a Fortress for me to have a look at on this show, you can do that via my Discord. Link is down in the description, and hopefully it won't take me a month and a half to get to it, and it won't get lost in the shuffle like this one did. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.